This particular image was taken by Molly Mathested, and I chose this image due to the story Molly told through her images and her use of the elements and principles of design and photography that made this photo so visually appealing. So how effectively does the artist use elements and principles of design and photography in composing this image? I thought Molly very effectively implemented many different elements and principles of design and photography within the composition of this photo. She specifically utilizes emphasis, movement, balance, and color. When first looking at this photo, the emphasis is on the checkout kiosk with the screen that reads open and the flowers placed on the scanner. However, our eyes then move to the paws also resting on the kiosk and then to the dog who has the paws. Our eyes also move to the $5 bill in the dog's mouth. Not only does the emphasis then lie both on the checkout kiosk and the dog, this creates good movement within the photo. The movement also creates balance, as stability is created within the body of work through the equal weight distributed throughout the photo. Molly also utilizes color to create a very visually appealing image. The flowers being scanned at the checkout kiosk are warm pinks, purples, yellows, and white, all very pleasing to look at. The screen at the checkout kiosk also displays warm colors that within the image, or as the image on the checkout kiosk has a pineapple on it. And yellow is another warm, bright color. The dog is a golden retriever, further producing warm tones. Overall, Molly did a great job utilizing the elements and principles of design and photography to produce a visually appealing photo. So what's this image about? This image is about love, humor, and personification. Throughout the series of photos taken by this photographer, she tells the story of a dog in love. The dog shown in this image is in love with another dog and is trying to show his affection. He then goes to Kroger to buy her flowers in hopes of gaining her affection. Not only is this adorable, but it's also very comical, as one would never typically see a dog in Kroger, let alone a dog checking out at the self-checkout kiosk. The humor displayed in this photo is created through the personification of the dog. So what would I change about this photo? There's very little that I would change about this photo, as I find it very visually appealing as it is, and however, I would maybe play with more elements and principles of design to further emphasize the message being conveyed, or to create even more of a storyline. Molly could play with the emphasis of the photo by moving the dog where it is in relation to the figureground or background. Or she could even play with the colors of the photo to create more of a contrast, so if she wanted to use black and white with pops of color or something like that. This also leads me to what could use improvement within the image and composition. So as I previously mentioned, there's very little that needs improvement within the image and composition. If anything, I would create more of a storyline by playing with the positioning of the dog in relation to the foreground and background. And if Molly wanted to play with the colors, creating more of a contrast, as I mentioned before. However, I overall thoroughly enjoyed this photo as well as all the photos in this series, as Molly did a great job effectively implementing different elements and principles of design and photography into the composition of her photos.